As I said, we have a Byzantine phase, 5th century, we have a Crusaders phase, 12th century, and then modern times phase. The thing is that this used to be a very, very far away place. Nobody came over here up to the early 90s, 1994, when the Oslo Accords were signed, and suddenly Israelis weren't allowed to cross through Jericho anymore. So they built the road which goes around Jericho. Okay, they bypass of Jericho, and suddenly this monastery, which was somewhere in the far area, became on the main road. Okay, and this is the exact time when the guy that we saw here in the parking lot, Chrysostomos Taboliarias, he was a young monk who came over from the Greek Orthodox Patriarchy. He came over here and he decided that he's going to develop the place. And he puts a lot of effort in developing the place, cleaning it up, rebuilding it, restoring it, get the help of pilgrims to come over, and he's the one to establish here the hostel and the restaurant and the small zoo. And look at the gardens, how beautiful they are. There's even a factory here for mosaics that exists here. So it produces mosaics, just like we will be able to see on the floor as we're going to go in. Produces mosaics for just people who want to buy mosaics for their houses, mosaics with symbolism from all three religions. Okay, yeah. So it's like a small city that was very much that is very much serving the pilgrims from mostly the Orthodox world.
Okay? It was abandoned in the 1940 when
it was abandoned up until the 19th century, end of 19th century. Just like I said, that the Greek Patriarchy came back to certain areas in order to restore them, to rebuild them, and to inhabit them, mostly for pilgrims. Yes.
Yeah.
So Chrysostomos came about 100 years later, yes, in order to rebuild it and make it even more beautiful. By the time that the major road over here was passing through nearby, so he understood that a lot of pilgrims, and by the way, a lot of pilgrims from Russia started coming into Israel. So it just became a very, very flourishing place, a place that people come to visit all the time. And this is why it's also a good option to come and visit and to understand a little bit about the history of a monastic movement of the Judean desert via Dier Hijla. The word Dier Hijla, there is a monastery in Arabic. Hijla is named after the spring that goes nearby to us. It's called the Spring of Chogla. It's written in the Bible, Spring of Chogla, Ein Chogla, Spring of Hijla, okay, which is located
also
nearby
bird,
to us.
The Hijla bird, which is
what?
The bird. This one is called Hijla.
Chogla, exactly. Hajal, Chogla. Yes. There is a bird that it's named after. One last thing, you can see the lion, the statue of the lion on the entrance to the monastery. Yes.